So, if you've ever tried to build a real practical AI application, you've probably hit a wall pretty fast and realized it's not just about plugging into some API. Today, we're going to look at a framework that is completely changing the game for developers. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, picture this. Your boss comes to you and says, hey, we need an AI chatbot for our website. And you think, sure, simple enough. A customer asks the question, the bot gives an answer. How hard could that possibly be?
Well, it turns out it can be very hard because you almost immediately realize there's this huge missing piece, context. And what started as a simple idea just spirals out of control into this massive, complicated project. And this is where the real headaches begin. Suddenly, you have to worry about things like, how do we store the chat history? How does it access our private company documents? And what happens if we want to switch from, say, OpenAI to Google's Gemini down the road? You're basically locked in. All these little pieces get out of hand fast. Thankfully, to deal with all of those pain points, a framework has popped up that's specifically designed to untangle this whole mess, and that is LangChain.
So, what is it exactly? The best way to think about LangChain is as an abstraction layer, a kind of toolkit. It gives you all these pre-built components so you can build really sophisticated AI agents without having to write every single thing from scratch. It handles the annoying parts for you.
Now, I just used a really important word there, agent. To really get why LangChain is so cool, we have to understand the difference between a plain old large language model, an LLM, and a true AI agent. They're not the same thing at all.
Okay, so look at it this way. An LLM by itself is like a static brain. It can only answer questions based on the data it was trained on. An agent, on the other hand, has autonomy. It can use memory to remember your conversation, and it can use tools to go look things up in databases or even browse the web. The goal of an LLM is to answer a question. The goal of an agent is to get a job done.
So, how does LangChain actually help you build these super powerful agents? Well, let's pop the hood and take a look inside its core toolkit.
The whole philosophy is brilliantly simple. Don't reinvent the wheel. I mean, why would you spend weeks coding custom logic for all these common problems when LangChain just gives you a whole library of pre-built, ready-to-go components? And check it out, these components directly solve the problems we just talked about. The LLM connections, they let you swap out models with just one line of code, no more vendor lock-in. Prompt templates help you structure your questions. Memory gives your agent that crucial context from past conversations. And RAG, that stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. That's the magic key that lets your agent securely access your company's private documents to give informed answers.
Now, having all these separate parts is great, but the real magic is how you connect them all together. And for that, LangChain has a genuine superpower. It's called the LangChain Expression Language, or LCEL for short.
Before LCL, you were stuck writing this tangled, complex code just to get everything to talk to each other. It was a nightmare to maintain. But with LCL, you use this simple little pipe operator, that vertical bar on your keyboard, to chain all the components together. It's clean, it's easy to read, and it's incredibly powerful.
And this just shows you how beautifully simple it is in practice. You take a prompt template, you pipe it to the model, and then you pipe the model's output to a parser to clean it up. That's it. It creates this elegant little pipeline that's so much easier to understand and debug. But listen, LCL is way more than just pretty code. It is built for production. It's designed for streaming, which means responses start coming back to you immediately. It's asynchronous, so it won't freeze up your app while it's thinking. It can even handle big batches of inputs all at once. The point is, this isn't just a toy. It's a professional tool for building real, scalable applications. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. We've seen the what and the how, but now let's talk about the why. Why is this framework becoming such a big deal? This quote right here really nails it. We are moving into a world where agents are the new foundation for software. And that means being able to build agentic software, apps that can think and act on their own, is becoming an absolutely critical skill to have. And for any team or company, this is the bottom line. Look at this chart. Building this stuff from scratch is slow and it's expensive. Using a framework like LangChain just massively cuts down your development time. It's that simple.
So if we boil it all down, here's what you get. 1, you build things way, way faster. 2, you aren't trapped with a single AI provider. And 3, the most important one, it gives you the power to create that next generation of intelligent agents, software that can actually reason, remember, and get things done.
And that leaves us with this one kind of fascinating question for the future. As these tools get even better and easier to use, are we standing on the edge of a brand new era? An era where agentic software isn't just for chatbots,
but becomes the new way we build, well, everything?